and we are live on Sunday, Easter Sunday. I wonder how many people will join us on Easter Sunday. I know Claire will, because she's already been on an hour ago, wherever she is. Waiting. Hello. 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 Just me and Mum tonight to do yoga. Oh, there we are. There is somebody. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Ali. Thinking I was going to be by myself for a minute. Well, not by myself, because Mum is here. So that's nice. Try and look at these little profile pictures that comes up to see if I know who's on. Hello, 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 hello. Everyone had a nice day? Hey, Judith's on. Judith Marriott, hello. Sue from London is on. Jan is on. Sue Leslie is on. I hope I can do this. A big roast and black apple at 3 p.m. Oh, Jan, 3 p.m, 3.5 hours ago. Yeah, got a nice one today. Ruth, hello Ruth. Good evening. And another Ruthie. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Sandra. Good evening. Hey, Gavin. You and Catherine logged on separately. You're doing this in separate rooms. Imagine separate. Coolio, coolio. Hi, Judith. How are you? Everyone had a nice day today? Yeah, I had my dinner. So, Jan McMillan's asking, can she do this? She had a big roast dinner at 3 o'clock. I actually had a big roast dinner at 5:15. 5:15. Didn't have pudding yet though, saving that to later. Made a carrot cake today, so saving some carrot cake to later. But we got some yin yoga. Well, any yoga you don't want to do when you've had dessert. Hey Sarah, are you going to join us for some stretchy stuff tonight, sirs? Because you did a big workout this morning, you got all sweaty. I saw it, I didn't do it. Saw it. Okay, so we are going to do yin yoga tonight, our Sunday night yin. So make sure you've got cushions. Jan wants to know, is Kathy with us? I'm here, Jan. There she is. So make sure you got your cushions, your pillows, rolled up blankets, anything that you might feel will make your yin practice more comfortable and support you. We are going to do a practice tonight for the chakras. So I know most of you that come to my classes regularly will know what the chakras are, but just to very briefly cover chakras before we start. We are made up of energy. It's like just this compounded energy that's in us. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I just had to tuck it behind my ears because it didn't look nice before. Sarah said my hair looks nice. Thanks, Sarah. So we are all made up of energy, and I always imagine our chakras. Well, chakras are energy vortexes within the body, and chakra translates as wheel. So this wheel of energy turns to keep the energy turning through your body. Come on, Sarah, you know you want to do it. Just lay on the floor, lay on your bed, do some stretchy stuff. So this energy wheel moves to keep the energy flowing. So I imagine it as being like a water wheel in a river or a stream, just to keep everything moving nice and smooth. Hi Claire, hello again. So we have 7 main chakras. We've got a lot of chakras, but 7 main chakras in the body that we usually work with, and they run down the center of the body. So tonight we've got 7 postures, and actually our last posture is Savasana. Hi Frida. So we are going to be spending about 4 minutes in each posture, and while we're there I will talk to you or just give you a little bit of information about that chakra that we're working on at that time. So we are going to start seated with our root chakra. So any seated posture really can stimulate the root chakra. We've got a few standing postures as well that stimulate the root chakra. Anything really that you need to ground with is a root chakra stimulation or activation. So I'm going to move back onto my mat here. And we are going to start with 4 minutes on it, just a seated forward fold. So you can, if you're really tight in your hamstrings, you can place a rolled up blanket or a little cushion underneath the knees. That feels really nice and just gives a little bit of release. We are not, like normally in our hatha practice, we're lengthening, extending, trying to reach. Our yin practice is not like that at all. Our yin practice, we really just want to release and let go. So anything you can do to make yourself more comfortable. Again, if you're really tight in your back, your spine, you might want to take a big cushion or a pillow underneath the chest and support yourself as you come over here. I'm a little bit more open today, so, and I want to feel a bit more of a stretch in the back, so I'm just going to let myself come down. And normally I'm talking about lengthening the spine and reaching forward. Not tonight with our yin practice, we are just going to let everything soften. So my palms are turned up, I'm going to let my back round, and let my chest come down towards the thighs. And I'm feeling a little stretch in the back of the hamstrings and a little stretch in the back. Now, if any of these postures you don't feel a stretch, it doesn't matter. We're working very deep on our yin practice. It's not all about the muscles. Right, I'm going to press go for our 4 minutes. Okay.
In here half a minute.
He wants to be in here half a minute. I know, it's why we always go long. So our root chakra is based right down at the base of the spine, right down into the tailbone. And every chakra is associated with a colour and an element. So the colour of our root chakra is red. If you can imagine it, right down that tailbone part of the spine. And the element of our root chakra is earth. It's a very easy one to remember if you think about roots of a plant or a tree going down into the earth. Nice red earth. Every chakra has an association with health of a physical part of the body. So our root chakra is associated with the health of the feet, legs, the spine, and just the general all over function of the body, healthy function of the body. But each chakra also has a life theme, if you can think of it like that, or you know, like an emotional attachment or personality trait. And our root chakra is associated with our rootedness. That matches, doesn't it? So our stability and a sense of belonging and family ties, like feeling like we belong somewhere, feeling like we're rooted somewhere, that we're grounded somewhere. It's about being able to stand on your own 2 feet and support yourself. You can take care of yourself. If this chakra is a little bit stagnant, there's any issues around this area, you might feel a bit like low self-esteem and maybe ungrounded. You're not really sure about your place in, like, within your world. So remembering with our yin practice, we want to find a place of stillness with the body. We want to find a place of physical stillness. So try not to fidget and move about. And we want to find a place, I'm not going to say stillness of the mind, because your mind is never still, but unattachment of your thoughts. So just watching your thoughts float by as if watching the clouds in the sky, and try not to get too attached in any particular thought. Just be aware of them passing by. And it's about, maybe there's going to be times when you feel uncomfortable and you want to move, so it's about being here in times of discomfort, a little bit like we are with all this epidemic at the moment in the lockdowns. It's like, we know we can't do anything about it, we're learning to be in our situation, So just learning to be with a little bit of discomfort, just breathing into it. We know it's not going to last forever, we know it's going to change. But remember, if you feel any pain anywhere, please do come out of your posture. You don't want to be in pain at all. Just another couple of breaths here. And that's 4 minutes gone already. So just placing your hands on the floor, your back is all nice and stretched, so you don't all of a sudden want your back to do lots of work here. I'm going to press down with the palms, just pulling the belly to support the back muscles as we lift the chest. Probably could have stayed a bit longer in there. So, hi, is that our Jane on there? One thing I didn't say, if you find a posture that you feel like you really want to stay in for a lot longer, please do just stay there. You're going to be able to find this recording later on anyway. So if you find a particular posture that you really feel your body is benefiting from, or your mind is benefiting from, just stay in that posture for as long as you like. You can catch up with me later, or you can watch this on a replay on another day and follow through the other postures. So if you are watching it on replay, you can just press pause. Just press pause, stay there until you're ready to move on. So we're going to come on to our second posture. So again, another seated posture, which feels nice because we're just moving up from the root chakra to the sacral chakra. So we're taking soles of the feet together, not bringing them really close to the body, just letting them come away a little bit further. And it's exactly the same as what we've just done. We are just going to let the chest drop down towards the floor. So we've got an inner thigh opener here, little hip opener. So anything that opens up the hips is going to stimulate the sacral chakra. So again, I'm going to turn side on. If you're in a position like cushions or blocks or rolled up blanket, just rest the thighs on, might be fine. The other leg might be it on. So if one leg is quite low, you're going to place your cushion under the that's low, so that your knees are about the same level apart, same height apart. And again, you can use a cushion or a blanket underneath you just to rest your chest on. Oh, that feels so nice actually, but it's not giving me the stretch I want today. So if I was doing more of a restorative practice, that might be what I would do with the cushion, but today I feel like I need a little bit more of a stretch in the back. So just going to let the chest come over on your cushion or without. Do whatever you want to do with the arms. So they might be over the shins, they might be under the shins, under the knees. Just let them relax there. And we press go. Got 4 minutes. So our sacral chakra is sitting at the sacrum. So this flat bone, the back of the hips. And its colour is orange. And its element is water. So physically it's connected to our renal organs in the body, the kidneys and the bladder, and also to the sexual organs. So it's sort of attached to the health of all of those organs. It's associated with our pleasure emotions, the sensuality, sexuality, creativity. How many of us are feeling quite creative in these weeks of lockdown, starting to do things maybe that you've not had time before, start to make more things or get more things done in the garden or in the kitchen. Maybe you've got a sewing machine out. So that's your sacral chakra at work. Also it gives us those positive vibrations. So people who are quite positive and receptive to change and connecting with others, they're going to have quite a strong fluid movement of the sacral chakra. If there are any areas of blockage around here, then you might have feelings of guilt, you might be hard on yourself, or addictions to those things that give you momentary satisfaction, so those like short-term pleasures. just using your breath. So when your mind starts to wonder, so I might be talking a little bit more tonight with trying to cover little aspects of these chakras. But in these moments of silence, if your mind starts to wonder and it starts to get caught up in any thoughts, see if you can bring it back to your breath, just breathing in and out through the nose and feel your breath, listen for it. And with each exhale, just imagine that's a little opening of a door into your posture. Just let gravity do the work here. Gravity is drawing the knees further towards the floor, the chest closer to the floor. So we're not pushing or pulling or reaching. We're just trying to soften. Soften, release and let go. Might feel some movement and expansion around the back of the rib cage. And if you're really tight in your hips and your inner thighs, the urgency now to try and lift your knees up away from the floor and move out of this posture is going to be quite strong. So just try and be here. It's only 30 more seconds, few more breaths. And with this last breath in this posture, you don't want it to be your last breath. And I'm going to place these hands down on the floor. Oh, mine are actually on my feet. I'm going to pull in the belly. Lift the chest. Oh, I might feel that nice stretch in the back. Feels really good in the back. So any hip opening type postures for this sacral chakra. So going to move up one to the solar plexus chakra or the navel chakra. So any abdominal sort of work is going to stimulate this chakra. I'm going to bring these knees together. Or I'm going to come and lie down on the back for a twist. So we're going to have 3 minutes each side for our twist. So I'm going to make some space for myself. So I'm going to come down onto the back. And we want to twist through the waist rather than just through the hips. So I'm going to let the knees drop over to the left. So I'm going to take my right knee on top of my left knee so I can feel this twist through the waist. Now if your knees don't touch the floor, again you can take a cushion underneath the thighs to lift them up a bit, or if you've got any discomfort in your right hip being in this position, you might want to place a pillow between the legs. Most important thing with your twist is that the opposite shoulder stays on the floor. Because as soon as we lift this right shoulder, you're going to lose this twist in your waist. So we want right shoulder staying on the floor, knees to the left. And if your knees are comfortably on the floor, your shoulders are comfortably on the floor, and your spine is a little more flexible, you can draw your knees up a little bit higher towards this left shoulder, the left side of the rib cage. I'm going to take mine a bit lower tonight. I'm feeling quite tight in my waist tonight, and I'm just looking for timer. So we've got 3 minutes right here. So this is our solar plexus chakra or our navel chakra, and it sits, again, it's kind of like along the spine, so center of the body. This sits level with your lower ribs. So it's a couple of inches above the belly button, and that soft spot between the lower ribs, so right by the solar plexus. Its colour is yellow, and its element is fire. And this is connected with the health of our digestive system. So the gallbladder, the liver, pancreas, solar plexus. So we need fire in our belly to digest our food. And this fiery solar plexus chakra is going to help all that happen. So on an emotional level, this is feeling good in your neck, by the way. If you feel okay in your neck, you can turn your head to look towards the right shoulder. Take this twist a little bit higher up the neck. So on an emotional level, this chakra gives you the feeling of being alive and giving you a really good sense of self-esteem, of strength, vitality, confidence to take action and be productive. So those people that kind of those like real leaders, people that seem to just get things done, that always seem confident and strong, this is like a true indication of somebody's solar plexus chakra being nice and active. Okay, it's got just under a minute left on this side. Gives us a sense of inner power. On the flip side of this, if your solar plexus chakra is maybe a little bit blocked, it's not stimulated very much, you can have feelings of low self-esteem and lack courage, feelings of being a bit lethargic, find it difficult to get up and do things. Feelings of fatigue. We're doing 3 minutes on this side, aren't we? And we are done. I was going to say we've got 1 more minute to go. No, we haven't. 3 minutes. Okay. So we're going to move out this twist nice and slowly. So bringing those knees back to centre. Just giving it a moment to let your spine come to neutral. So I'm just going to keep my feet off the floor. You can take your feet on the floor if that feels better. So just letting your spine come back into neutral before we go over to the other side. So when you're feeling ready, your knees are going to drop over to the right. Your left knee on top of your right knee if you can. I'm just going to move and take this left shoulder down towards the floor. So your left shoulder sitting on the floor, the shoulder blade, the knees dropping to the right, left knee stacked on top of right knee, and really feel this twist through the waist. And we're going to be here for 3 minutes. Really nice to have a good twist. So again, just trying to find a place where you can, certainly for these, this first 30 seconds, you should feel relatively comfortable for at least 30 seconds. After that, it might start to feel a little bit more discomfort, but you never want to push really deeply into your stretch with your yin practice. You never want to push your body to that maximum stretch ever, because what will happen, your muscles will start to tense up because they get a little bit scared that you're going to push beyond what is comfortable, so they'll start to resist. And what we really want here with our yin practice is for your body to relax and for your body to trust you, to soften, to open. So you find your edge, you know that place where might be your maximum stretch, and then you move back from there, you move away from there. And then maybe after 30 seconds, if your body starts to open a little bit more, you can move a little closer to that edge, you can move a bit deeper, and then you pause and you breathe and you wait and let your body open again. maybe your body won't open. Maybe after 30 seconds your body is saying no. So you might need to move a little bit further away from that stretch. You might need to take some more props to support you. So if you like visualization, you can visualize these chakras as we go through. So this yellow fiery solar plexus chakra, just level with the lower ribs. Just a few more breaths here. Remember, if anything feels really good and you feel that this is exactly what your body needs tonight, then just stay there and catch up with the rest on the replay. Okay, just time to come out of this posture. So bringing these knees back to centre. Remember, always moving slowly when we're coming out of our postures of our yin practice, because your body has just straightened, it's lengthened everything out. You don't know. And then we're going to bring ourselves up to seated. So best way is to roll over onto one side, press down with one hand, and bring yourself all the way up. So we are going to move heart chakra. So any posture that opens up the chest, like upper back bending postures, are going to work this heart chakra. So this is where your pillows and cushions come in handy. So this is a favorite cushion for my upper back bend. So you're going to have something, you don't want it down by your waist, you want it higher, so it's kind of around, starts off at the lower part of your shoulder blades. I forgot what they were called then, shoulder blades. So you're going to place that there, but you don't want your head hanging back. I mean, this doesn't feel too bad, but I really don't like the feeling any compression in the neck. So I'm going to take another cushion underneath the head, the squashy cushion, so it comes down a little bit. And now the legs, anything. So straight legs are nice. It's actually a little bit high for me. Straight legs are nice. You're getting a little feeling of opening in the hip flexors and a really nice length in the abdomen. But also, if you really enjoyed the hip opener that we did in our second posture, you can take the soles of the feet together and let those knees drop open. So again, we can be working the sacral chakra and the heart chakra at the same time. So just, I think I'm going to do this tonight, so it feels quite nice. So you find your comfortable position. Just trying to get the right height for my head. And we are going to be here with our heart chakra for 4 minutes. So your arms, again, they can be anywhere you want. So you might have them just rested on the thighs or on the belly. But if you want to take full advantage of this posture, you can take your arms above the head, so you can take hold of the elbows and let those arms drop over the head. So my arms just resting on that cushion behind me. And again, this just intensifies that back bend a little bit more open through the ribs, the chest, the abdomen. Feels really nice. So your heart chakra is at the center of your chest, and its colour is green. Sometimes this chakra can be depicted as a really pale pink, like a baby pink. Most often it is green. So whichever colour you can visualize the strongest, whichever colour comes to you more clearly, your pink or your green. Its element is air, and physically it's connected with the heart, as you can imagine, the heart, the lungs and the arms. And in our life theme, in our emotional connection, it is our chakra of love. And that's being able to love yourself as well as others through compassion, empathy, understanding. Squeaking, and that was just my dinner making its way down. Healing past wounds. So if you've been emotionally hurt in the past and you feel a bit blocked in your heart chakra, you feel like your guard is up, these nice back bends to open up that heart chakra and just to welcome in a little bit more love and compassion and understanding. Helps with forgiveness and acceptance. If there are any blockages around the heart chakra, it might result in forming unhealthy relationships or relationships like dependent relationships. Few more breaths. It's one of my favourite postures, this. These supported upper back bends feel so nice. If it goes quiet for too long, I may have fallen asleep. Few more breaths. Okay. And that is our heart chakra. It's hard to come out, isn't it? So first of all, I'm going to bring the arms down. I've got the soles of my feet together and knees out. I'm just going to bring those legs together. And pressing down to the elbows and the hands, lifting the chin towards the chest, dropping up onto the hands, bringing up the chest, coming to sit up. So, I hope you're all okay so far. Maybe some of you have fallen asleep. We're moving up to our throat chakra. So we've taken inversion with the throat chakra. We kind of want the circulation, the blood flow and the energy to come up to the throat. So now if you've got a wall close by, it's really nice to use the wall right now. So I'm just going to show you when we're using a wall. You're going to nudge up quite close to the wall, side on, so your hip is against the wall, and then as I come down onto my back, I'm going to swivel around and take the legs up, and then we want a bit of elevation, so I'm going to press the feet into the wall to push into the feet, lift the hips, and as the hips lift, I'm going to place a cushion underneath the hips, and just let the hips come and rest down on the cushion and take those legs up the wall. So our hips are higher than the heart. So this is really what we want. Legs are raised, hips are high. Okay, if you want anyone running around the house right now looking for a wall to use, if you're on on your bed. It's really nice to do on the bed. But if you haven't got a wall, do the same here. So I'm going to press into the feet, lift the bum, slide a cushion or two underneath the hips. Make sure it's right at the back of the hips, so it's not in the small of the back, it's not just on the bum. I'm going to lift the feet off the floor and take those legs up into the air. Now notice I've got my elbows on the floor. I can rest the thighs in, so you don't need to have straight legs here. I'm going to bend my knees. So feet are still higher than the knees are higher than the hips are higher than the heart. So we've got our inversion, and again really good for the throat chakra. So not forgetting to press go. Hope you found your position now. I'm going to be here. So our throat chakra is blue. It's a pale blue. And of course it's, not of course, but it's responsible, as you can imagine, for the health of the throat, the mouth, the ears, the neck, the shoulders, all of this area. And it's the chakra of our communication. And that's not just how we speak, but how we listen to others as well. And being able to communicate honestly, confidently, being able to make yourself understood. Communicate our emotions in healthy ways. Some of you might know somebody who might often say, like, I can't explain it. They get angry or frustrated because they can't explain how they feel. So probably some throat chakra stimulation might be needed in those areas. Also, if this area is suffering with any blockages, maybe somebody who not only can't verbally communicate well, but maybe doesn't listen either. So it sits right at the base of your throat, this soft part of the throat. So the colour is light blue, pale blue. Element is ether. I'm going to struggle what ether is. It's like those little particles in like a gaseous flow, I suppose. Anyone can explain what ether is to me? Be interested to hear. I googled it once and lots of different explanations came up. Okay, so you've got 45 seconds to go right here. So if you suffer with like constant sore throats, tonsillitis, maybe problems with the ears, again, a little help and stimulation with the throat chakra might help towards that. So one more breath. Okay, so if you're against the wall now, just bending your knees to take your feet against the wall, push into the feet, lift the hips up and move that cushion or block or whatever you've got underneath the hips. And then you're going to walk your feet down the wall and gently roll to one side to bring yourself back up. If you're laying on the floor with your bum on a cushion, no wall support, you're going to bring the feet down to the floor, push into the feet, lift the hips, remove that cushion out the way, rolling onto one side and bringing yourself all the way up to seated. Oh, who went? Oh, John lost me, now she's back. Okay, so our sixth pose for our sixth chakra, we're going to take a child's pose. So the most important thing for this is to feel some connection with your forehead. So our sixth chakra sits kind of between the eyebrows. So you want to feel connection here. So I'm going to take knees about as wide as the mat, big toes together, and I'm going to take forehead to the floor. Now some of you won't be able to get into this position, so you might want to take your cushion underneath the forehead there, let the forehead rest down on the cushion, or even you might want to make a fist with the hands, one fist on top of the other, rest the forehead on the fist. If your knees really do not like to be in this position, you can stay seated, bend the knees, and just let the forehead come onto the back of the knees. You can rest the hands on the back of the knees, let the forehead come down here. This also is going to stimulate the sixth eye chakra, the third eye chakra, which is our sixth chakra. So just letting the forehead rest down. So I'm going to come back into my child pose. And again with the child pose as well, or with that, just seated, folding forward, I'm going to get a little back stretch as well from the upper back. So we've got 4 minutes here. I'm actually going to have to lift my head to speak to you, so I'm just going to rest my forehead in my hands here, otherwise my voice might be quite muffled down into the mat. So this is our third eye chakra. The colour associated with this chakra is indigo, like dark blue. Its element is light. And physically connected with the head and the brain. And the pineal gland, there's some arguments that go back and forth whether it's the pineal gland or the pituitary gland. But I think actually our third eye chakra and our crown chakra work really closely together, and I think both of these glands are stimulated by both postures for these chakras. The pineal gland helps control our sleep patterns, our melatonin, and our female hormones, and our pituitary glands, that are the master gland, it controls the functions of lots of the other glands in the body. Now, our third eye chakra is associated with our intuition and sixth sense. It's about insight and being able to trust your inner wisdom. Those with a balanced third eye chakra usually thrive in like creative or therapeutic professions. On the flip side of this, if this chakra is understimulated or a little bit stagnant, and some feel a bit closed-minded and cynical, like really attached to logic, And then they have to feel it and see it and touch it and smell it before they believe it. It's black or white, there's no middle ground. So I'm just going to be quiet for this last minute, so you can just enjoy this posture. Okay, so 4 minutes gone for our third eye chakra. So if you're in your child's pose, just pressing your hands into the floor, lifting your head, and then coming over onto your bum and coming down for your final chakra, which is your crown chakra. So you can stimulate our crown chakra by taking an inversion. So we can do a headstand or handstand, but we don't really want to be doing that in a yin practice. So the other posture for our crown chakra is Savasana, which is relaxation. Translates as corpse pose, Savasana, which is, might sound a little bit morbid, but it's about kind of the rebirth. So it's like becoming, it's having a new beginning after your practice. So this energy is moved, just giving it time to rest and settle before you wake up again. It's just coming down to nice, comfortable, relaxing. And on your back. Now, if you feel any tension in your lower back, bend the knees, feet to the floor, just let those knees drop in towards each other. So you want your feet wide and your knees come together. This is going to help your legs support each other, so your legs don't need to be active. But if you feel okay in your lower back, just straightening those legs out, taking them slightly wide, just let those little toes be heavy down towards the floor. And turning the backs of your hands to the floor, your palms up to the sky. Just let everything relax. So your crown chakra actually just sits outside the physical body, kind of just hovers above the top of the head. And its colour is violet or purple. The other colour associated with this chakra is white. So again, just feeling which colour you feel most a stronger pull towards, whether it's white or purple. And the element is a cosmic energy. Just allowing everything to relax down into the floor. Just feel that grounding energy drawing you down. Feel your body is weighted. Feel all those connections where your body touches the floor. The backs of the heels, the calves, the bum, back of the hips, and back of the rib cage, the shoulders. Physically, The crown chakra is connected to the health of the central nervous system. On an emotional level, is connected with the spiritual realm, infinite wisdom. Gives us light into understanding who we are, that we are a cosmic, energetic life force just having a human experience. Who we are beyond our human physical body. If our energy is maybe not flowing correctly around this chakra, if this chakra is a little bit stagnant, and it gives us the feeling that we can only find our pleasures from external factors. And we don't understand that our happiness comes from within. So this chakra is all about finding your inner self, your inner light. Allowing everything to relax. Hands, fingers, toes, ankles. The jaw is relaxed. The tongue is loose behind teeth. And the muscles in the cheeks are soft. Muscles behind the eyes and in the forehead. I invite you to stay in your Savasana for as long as you want to tonight, or maybe you want to revisit one of the previous postures that we've done. But if you're ready to finish this class tonight with me, just let the toes move, the fingers move. Let's feel the thumbs brush inside the palm. Just invite some movement into the body. We've had a lot of stillness tonight. Let's move the wrists, the ankles, and take a big stretch up over the head towards the floor behind. You can yawn, sigh, cough, whatever needs to come. I find it impossible to stretch without yawning. Bend in your knees, take the feet to the floor. Gently rolling onto your left side. So we always roll onto our right side with our hatha practice, with our yang practice. For our yin practice, we want to come out by rolling onto the left. It's just about the energy flow of the body. So rolling onto the left side, pressing down with that right hand, pushing up to seated. I had a feeling then I was going to look up and there wouldn't be anything on the screen and I've lost you all. You're still here. So, I look like I've just woken up. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight for your yin chakra practice. Please let me know how you found it. I know we lost Jan there some point through, so I hope you managed to stay with me. I really do look like I've just woken up. Have a lovely week. I don't even know where I am now, that's so nice. Have a lovely week. Stay happy, stay healthy. Don't forget your gratitudes. 3 gratitudes, first and foremost, to yourself, your yoga practice, to someone or something in your life that's made you smile this week. And if you're going to be practicing yoga with me this week, I shall be with you tomorrow morning. So 9 o'clock for those of you in the UK, 10 o'clock for those of you in Spain or other parts of Europe, Have a lovely evening, sleep well, stay safe, stay healthy. Namaste.
Namaste.